Washington Irving, the father of American literature. So today we are going to talk about the man who is the essential starting point for everyone learning about American culture and literature, Washington Irving. So why is so important? Before hiring, many people in Europe believed that Americans were incapable of producing great art. They thought that the United States was a wild place without enough history to inspire a writer. Washington Irving proved them wrong. He was the first American to prove that a person could earn an unprecedented living as a professional author. Known as the first American man of letters, he transformed the imagination of a young country into a world-famous legacy. Irving was born on April the 3rd, 1783, in New York City. This was a symbolic year because as it marked the end of the American Revolutionary War. His parents were so inspired by the new nation's independence that they named him after George Washington, the hero of the war. Irving's connection to his namesake was lifelong. In his final years, he completed a massive fine volume biography titled The Life of George Washington, which he considered to be his ultimate masterpiece. To understand a writer, we must look at their childhood. A writer surrounding are the raw material they used to build their story. Irving grew up with the youngest of 11 siblings. As a boy, he loved exploring the busy street of Manhattan and acquired unsettling or haunting Hudson Valley. While he was the somewhat average student, he had a prolific interest in reading and the local folklore of the early Dutch settlers. His first major success came in 1809 with the book A History of New York. Might the book more interesting he gives episode on him, calling himself Dietrich Knickerbocker. This book was a brilliant satire using humor to make fun of the city's history. So, why does it matter today? The name Knickerbocker changed New York culture forever. So maybe you know that the New York Knicks are the name comes directly from Irving character and it is a basketball team. Furthermore, the book's illustration by artist George Cruikshank showed Knickerbocker wearing loose fitting knee breeches. Over time, this style of clothing led to the modern words knickers, a term for undergarments or short trousers. Irving also gave New York its most famous nickname, Gotham City. He borrowed this from an English village called Gotham, which was famous for the wise man of Gotham. Villagers who acted like fools could trick King John into leaving them alone. Irving thought the people of New York were similarly wise fools and named stuck so well that he eventually became the home of superhero Batman. Irving believed that new country needed its own folklore stories that felt cold and magical. He wrote his most famous tales while traveling in Europe, mixing German ghost stories with American settings. These were published in his famous book, The Sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon Gent. One of his masterpieces was Rip Van Winkle. Though the story follows a kind man constantly criticized by his wife, who wanders into the Catskill Mountains to escape his wife's nagging. A mistrained man in antique Dutch clothes who are playing Nine Pins, which was a game like bowling. The sound of their ball hitting the pins echoes like thunder through the mountains. Rip drinks a mysterious potion from a Dutch keg and falls into a deep sleep. When he wakes up, 20 years have passed. His bed is a full drunk, his house is a ruin, and his wife is gone. Most importantly, the American Revolution has happened. He fell asleep as a subject of the king and woke up as the free citizen of a new republic. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Set in a bewitched valley, the story features Ichabod Crane, a very thin school teacher with narrow shoulders and superstitious mind. Ichabod is deeply attracted by the beautiful Katrina von Tassel, but he is most interested in her father's wealth and delicious food. He has a rival, Broom Bones, a muscular hero of the countryside. One dark night, after a party, Ichabod is chased by the Headless Horseman, a ghost of a soldier whose head was blown off by a cannonball. Ichabod disappears forever, leaving behind only his hat and a smashed pumpkin. Why are this story is still popular? Irving masterfully creates a conflict between a supernatural and reality. Was the horseman a real ghost, or was it just Broom Bones wearing a mask and throwing a pumpkin? Irving lets you decide. The mystery ensures the stories are never forgotten. The man who saved Christmas. It is a common myth that Charles Dickens invented modern Christmas with A Christmas Carol. In reality, Washington Irving laid the foundation that Dickens later built upon. Before Irving, Christmas in America was often a time of drinking and fighting, and it was even banned in some parts of the country. Irving wanted to promote family and social togetherness, so in his writing he dressed up the holiday by bringing back old traditions of fasting, gift-giving and dancing. He was a primary force in promoting St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, as a kind, gift-giving character. In 1835, he even had founded St. Nicholas societies in New York. Irving's goal was to make the holiday a spiritual necessity that focused on kindness rather than chaos. Dickens was greatly influenced by Irving's vision, proving that the American writer truly had to save the spirit of the season. So, let's see the main themes. Irving's work is a perfect example of romanticism. So he used three main themes to connect with his readers. The theme of change, thought through Rip Van Winkle, Irving explored the shock of a changing world. Rip's return to a village that no longer recognized him represent the rapid political and social growth of the United States. The theme of breed. Ichabod Crane is a hungry character. He doesn't just want Catherine's love, he wants to swallow his father's farm. So Irving uses Ichabod's greed to show that an outsider's selfish desire often lead to their downfall. And also the romantic theme of nature. Irving treats the American landscapes as a character itself. By describing the Hudson Valley as a mysterious haunted, he showed that American nature was just as full of magic as the ancient forests of Europe. So, as we conclude, we must remember Irving as the ambassador of American stories. Later in his life, he served as a diplomat in London and the US Minister to Spain. So during his time in Europe, he wrote beautiful books like Tales of Alhambra and Chronicle of the Conquest of Granada, which made him a hero in Spain as well. He eventually returned to his beloved home, Sunnyside in Tarrytown. He left behind a massive legacy, so he coined the phrase, the almighty dollar. He popularized the image of Santa Claus, and he created the first truly American short story. So, Irving died in 1859, and he's buried in the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. He rests near the graves of the real-life people who inspired his characters like the real Katrina and Broom Bones.